Elon Musk now open. That's why he's building a secret mansion in the Philippines is the title of this. And a lot of you guys actually linked this over saying it's actually a crazy thing to realize, especially the information in this. So please, Vision, check it out. So, hey, here I am. By the way, thank the viewer who gave me the subtitle version, the English subtitle. He said this one's pretty accurate. And thank you so much. Let's get to this video. Let's go.
Alam mo ba na maaaring lihim na nagtatayo si Elon Musk na isang napakalaking mansyon sa Pilipinas? Oo, tama ka ng dinig, katropa. Ang balitang ito ay hindi pa iniuulat sa mainstream media. Lihim at nakakubli sa mata ng nakararami. Kung isa-search mo sa internet, makikita mo lamang ang mga report tungkol sa pagbebenta ni Musk na kanyang huling natitirang bahay sa San Francisco. Bakit niya gagawin yun? Ano kaya ang humihilas sa kanya sa kalagitnaan ng mundo patungo sa Pilipinas? Bago po natin sagutin ang mga tanong na yan, inaanyahan ko po kayo na i-like ang video na ito dahil isa po yung napakalaking tulong para sa aming mga content creator. Maraming salamat po.
Maraming salamat po.
Ipinanganak sa Pretoria, South Africa. Si Elon Musk ay isa sa mga pinakakilalang negosyante ng ating panahon. Siya ang utak sa likod ng electric car giant na Tesla at ng private space company na SpaceX. Si Musk ay maagang namuhunan sa ilan sa mga pinakamalaking tech brand at noong 2022, naging headline siya matapos kunin ang Twitter sa halagang $44 billion.
Which is crazy, by the way. And honestly, I want to just say, a lot of the time, especially with billionaires, that's a whole different topic. But I can mention that when they do something like this, it's obviously not going to be always in the headlines, especially secretive things like this, like building a mansion in the Philippines. It's going to be more under the rug. People are not going to really think about it that much, right? But there's obviously a bigger picture to it at like why he's doing it. It could be majority of reasons. And I personally think, even before the video says, I personally think it might be most likely because he knows something that a lot of people might not know or might not want to realize, but he is. You know what I mean? Especially with the tech in the Philippines. A lot of people complain about the internet, but that's not all. A lot of the Philippines is incredibly innovative with tech when it comes to ideas, especially with technology and or innovations towards it. So it might be that.
At palitan ang pangalan nito bilang X. Ang kanyang matapang na personalidad at malalaking achievements ang dahilan para ihambing siya sa mga alamat tulad ni Steve Jobs at Henry Ford. Noong 2021, ang kayamanan ni Musk ay lalo pang bumulusok pa itaas. Nilampasan si Jeff Bezos at inangkin ang titulo bilang pinakamayamang tao sa mundo. Isang posisyon na hawak pa rin niya as of January 1, 2025.
Crazy.
Si Musk ay nagsimula rin sa mababa. Noong 1995, dala lamang ang $15,000 kasama ang kanyang kapatid na si Kimball. Inilunsad ni Elon Musk ang Zip2.
Yo, $15,000 was how much back then? At around that time, it was probably like what, maybe 30,000? It still is like a pretty decent amount of money, but then again, left to that idea to kind of figure it out.
Ang una niyang investment na tumulong sa mga pahayagan na makagawa ng mga online city guide. Makalipas ang 4 na taon, taong 1999, binili ng Compaq ang Zip2 sa tumataginting halagang $307 million. Hindi tumigil doon si Musk. Gamit ang pera na kinita mula sa pagbebenta, inilunsad niya ang X.com. Isa sa mga pinakaunang online banking platform. Kalaunan, ang X.com ay nag-merge sa Confinity na humantong sa paglikha ng global payments giant na kilala natin ngayon bilang PayPal. Alam mo bang inagaw ni Peter Thiel ang trono mula kay Elon Musk bilang CEO ng PayPal? Hindi nagtagal pagkatapos nito, pumasok sa eksena ang eBay at binili ang PayPal sa halagang $1.5 billion.
My gosh.
Ngunit, nanatiling matagumpay si Musk at nagbusa ng $175 million. Salamat sa kanyang napakalaking shares sa kumpanya. Taong 2002, Ginamit ni Musk ang perang kinita mula sa pagbebenta ng PayPal upang itatag ang SpaceX, isang private space company.
This is where everything went.
Fast
Yeah.
forward to 2004, si Musk ay gumawa ng isa pang malaking hakbang. Pumasok siya sa mundo ng mga electric vehicle at naging early investor sa Tesla gamit ang humigit kumulang $6 million na investment. Agad siyang maging hands-on sa kumpanya na kilala noon bilang Tesla Motors. At sa ilalim ng kanyang pamumuno, lumago ang Tesla at naging pinakamahalagang automaker sa buong mundo. Hindi lamang sa paggawa ng mga electric vehicle, kundi pati na rin sa larangan ng solar energy. So, sa lahat ng achievements na ito,
Yeah, why?
bakit ang Pilipinas? Bakit ngayon pa? Manatiling nakatutok at tropa at sasabutin natin ang mga tanong na yan.
Yo.
Nakatuon ang atensyon ngayon ni Elon Musk sa Pilipinas. Layuning dalhin ang mga serbisyo ng SpaceX sa bansa at sa mas malawak na rehiyon ng Southeast Asia. Kasama sa plano ni Musk ang paggamit ng SpaceX Starlink satellite upang makapagbigay ng satellite internet sa buong Pilipinas.
Oh my gosh, actually I did hear about that in another video where Starlink is being used as one of the a little bit more expensive internet in the Philippines. And that's because of the internet issues that they may be having consistently because of typhoons. Yo, that's actually genius. Because then Elon Musk will be fixing one of the issues that is common in the Philippines that the Philippines really can't do much about. And I know a lot of people talk about, okay, infrastructure plans and this, if this was just fixed and these things just happen. Regardless, even with the best infrastructure, internet will go out. Like, you can live in one of the greatest places, internet will go out. Japan, even though there is so much different infrastructure ideas or plans, these things don't always work out because nature will be nature and be very unpredictable, and it can be devastating. And the Philippines is well known about that. So with that being said, it's not more so protected, but figure out a way to have internet without, you know, a way of it breaking while there, right? And I think Starlink has to do with that satellite. So maybe with that function and the typhoons that happen consistently, Elon Musk is trying to find that problem and solve it, which is why he wants to go to the Philippines, right? And I'm thinking that that could be one of those moments where, okay, he completely solved an issue that's just been common in the Philippines, where internet just goes out during these moments. I don't know. That's my guess, remember? So maybe that's what you guys are thinking too. Maybe you think I'm dumb. Hey, I love you.
Dahil nas ang bansa ay binubuo ng mahigit 7,000 islands, karamihan sa mga traditional broadband ay hindi sapat para makapagbigay ng reliable internet connection. Bukod pa rito, ang bansa ay naararanas ng humigit kumulang 20 bagyo bawat taon na kadalasang sumisira sa mga infrastruktura, dahilan para mawalan ng koneksyon ang mga isla sa outside world.
Yeah.
Dito pumapasok ang Starlink, gamit ang isang konstelasyon ng mga satellite upang tiyakin ang access sa internet kahit sa panahon ng kalamidad.
Even during calamities,
Ngunit,
that's important.
Ano nga ba ang tunay na dahilan sa likod ng interes ni Elon Musk sa Pilipinas?
Yeah.
Sabi ng iba, higit pa ito sa pagsasara ng digital divide. Maaaring tinitingnan din ni Musk ang Pilipinas dahil sa murang labor nito. Alam mo ba na ang average salary ng mga Pilipino ay nasa $500 lamang kada buwan? O
Yeah.
humigit kumulang 30,000 pesos. Dahil dito, marami ang nangangamba na maaaring samantalahin ni Musk ang mababang labor cost nito upang palaguin ang kanyang kita at maging mas mayaman pa sa pamamagitan ng mga manggagawang Pilipino.
Do you think you would actually do that? I mean, you have so much money at this point. I feel like you have so much more money than anyone can spend in a lifetime, and just to go for greed, I don't know. I feel like it's more so you might want to be trying to just leave a legacy behind and see a problem, try to solve it. That's me being optimistic as well. Maybe I just am thinking optimistically, but I just think in that perspective, like, he has so much money, being richer is going to do what exactly? You know what I mean? But then again, I know that there is a fear, like a lot of people know that greed is one of the scariest things because it harms so many other people as well. And greed is a big thing that can happen in the Philippines. But, and greed with super wealthy people, I should say. Because that's the thing, that's the dilemma, right? A lot of Filipinos, especially just your average worker, they're just really humble, or they may have certain things that they're just used to. They have the utmost patience. But with that being said, there is people who, when they get into that wealth, they want more and more and more, and they're hungry for it. But then again, I'm more optimistic about him not doing that, because he's reached a point where he has so much money, he can't even spend it all, right? And so I think he's just seeing a problem. But then again, I don't know. Let me know your thoughts on that. I don't know if he's really doing it to be richer or exploit them as much as, I mean, this depends. He should, if I was him, I would pay them more than they even make. If I was a billionaire and I was him, I would pay them like double the salary, right? If they're getting paid on average 500, I would just pay them like 1,500, triple the payment, because he can. You know what I mean? That's why, I don't know.
At sa political system ng Pilipinas na kahawig ng sa US, kung saan ang mga politiko ay madalas na naiimpluwensyahan ng mga makapangyarihang oligarko. Ang tanong ng marami, maaari bang hikayatin ni Musk ang mga mambabatas na unahin ang kanyang mga interes, kahit na hindi ito lubos na kapakipakinabang para sa bansa?
Yeah.
May mga espekulasyon din na maaaring pasukin ni Musk ang real estate market sa Pilipinas. Ngunit, magiging mabuti ba ito para sa bansa? Tara katropa at isa-isahin natin ang mga posibleng benepisyo.
I think it will be, right?
Ang una ay ang pagsigla ng ekonomiya. Kung mag-i-invest si Musk sa real estate ng Pilipinas, maaaring manghulgan ito ng pagdagsa ng kapital sa ekonomiya. Maaari itong magresulta sa paglikha ng maraming trabaho, pagtaas ng paggasta ng mga mamimili at pagsigla ng pangkahalatang paglago ng ekonomiya. Sunod ay ang pag-unlad ng mga infrastruktura.
That is a big thing.
Ang hilig ni Musk sa teknolohiya at inobasyon ay maaaring magdala ng mga makababong proyekto sa Pilipinas. Imagine, mga eco-friendly buildings, smart cities, at maaring pati mga hyperloop transport system.
And you know what's funny is I think that actually would work out perfectly for the Philippines, because Elon Musk with electric vehicles and everything, and people may have their gripes with it. Some people say it's just as bad as gas because of the batteries and how they get that, all this stuff, right? There's always like bad to something, right? It's all about how you look at it. But I think that this will work out with the Philippines really well, because think about it like this, right? The Philippines has so many archipelagos and so many beautiful areas that they would prefer to thrive in something that will save and preserve that nature, those islands, and keep them almost in abundance and beauty. So if you start implementing eco-friendly things, it works out with the Philippines being such a wonderful island. It's literally like it's made together. And don't get me wrong, the whole world is beautiful, and yes, we should take care of it. But the Philippines even more so, with one of the most diverse in fish and the sea life, and the even above ground, the forest life, the rare animals and the unique things that are there need to be preserved, and eco-friendly will work so well.
Ang kanyang pananaw ay maaaring bumago sa real estate landscape sa mga paraang hindi pa natin nakikita dati.
Guys, I took a video of, I was in one of these and I took a video of seeing this. Oh man, I have a picture, guys. Can I show you? Here's one of my videos there, look. I took a video out there. I was in disbelief. You can literally see, look, this is when I was taking photos in the Philippines with the building before the lights turned on for the building. That was awesome. And then there's actually a couple of other... Yo, I love looking at these pictures, man. I love that time in the Philippines. This is me with my fiance there on my Instagram. By the way, this is posted. You could see the building there that they're showing in the video that we took a photo. It was awesome, man. I loved everything about the Philippines, bro. So beautiful. When I went to Rizal Park, I'm yapping. You can check those vlogs on my channel and also my Instagram. I have some photos there. Check that out. Vision World. But yeah, bro, beautiful.
At syempre, nariyan din ang mabilis na urbanisasyon. Sa mga lungsod tulad ng Maynila na nakikipagbuno sa traffic at kakulangan ng pabahay, ang mga investment ni Musk ay maaaring magtaguyod ng mga bagong urban center o mag-revitalize ng mga nag-e-exist na na makakatulong para mabawasan ang pressure sa mga overcrowded na lugar. At ang huli, mga affordable housing. Ang Tesla ay nagsisiyasat ng mga abot-kayang housing solution gamit ang mga makabagong materyales at pamamaraan ng konstruksyon. Kung dadalhin ni Musk ang pamamaraang ito sa Pilipinas, maaaring maging mas madali para sa mga karaniwang Pilipino ang magkaroon ng sariling bahay. Sa tulong ng mga investment ni Musk, ang Pilipinas ay magiging sentro ng teknolohiya at inobasyon na hihikayat sa mga negosyante at talentado mula sa iba't ibang panig ng mundo. Ang tech expansion na ito ay maaaring magpatibay sa posisyon ng Pilipinas bilang isang pangunahing tech player sa Southeast Asia.
Yep.
At mayroon pa, ang mga proyekto ni Musk ay maaaring maging isang tourist magnets. Kung magtatayo siya ng isang futuristic sustainable city o kahit isang spaceport, maaari itong maging isang global tourist attraction.
Absolutely, yeah.
Imagine, daragsa ang mga turista mula sa iba't ibang panig ng mundo upang makita ang mga kamangha-mangha at pinakabagong proyektong ito na magdudulot ng lalo pang paglago ng lokal na ekonomiya.
And on top of wanting to visit the Philippines islands and archipelagos, which is already a well-known and beautiful thing, with then eco-friendly, amazing buildings that people may want to see that are innovative, it'll just be a beautiful thing. And hey, it makes sense.
Ngunit, paano naman ang epekto nito sa kalikasan? Bagaman si Musk ay may track record ng pagtataguyod ng sustainability,
Yeah, see, that's
ang malalaking ambisyosong proyekto sa mga rural areas ay maaari pa ring mag-iwan ng epekto. Dito natin makikita kung paano niya babalansihin ang malasakit niya sa kalikasan sa laki ng kanyang investments.
And the secret mansion.
Si Elon Musk ay kilala sa pagiging forward thinker. Ang kanyang investment sa real estate ng Pilipinas ay maaaring simula pa lamang. Maaari kayang bahagi lamang ito ng mas malaking plano upang magpalawak sa iba pang mga sektor tulad ng renewable energy or advanced transportation sa buong rehiyon. At narito ang twist. Ayon sa ilang insiders, si Musk ay lihim na nagtatayo ng napakalaking mansyon sa Pilipinas. Hindi lang ito basta mansyon. Ito ay isang private retreat at research hub sa isang liblib na isla na kilala sa mga kamamanghang beach at nuntiang tanawin. Perpektong lugar para sa isang tahimik na bakasyon, pati na rin sa pagmamasid ng kalangitan para sa proyektong pangkalawakan. Pagsasamahin ng mansyon ni Musk ang futuristic design at sustainable technology, magtatampok ng mga solar panel at sarili nitong battery storage facility. Kaya, hindi ito isang tahanan lang. Ito ay isang patunay ng pananaw ni Musk. Pinagsasama ang makabagong teknolohiya sa kagandahan ng kalikasan. Ang mansyon ni Musk ay hindi lang isang luxury retreat. Ito ay isang pahayag ng kanyang dedikasyon sa sustainability at innovation. Ipinayo gamit ang mga lokal na materyales at eco-friendly na teknolohiya. Ang mansyon ay sumasalamin sa pangako ni Musk sa pagpapahalaga sa kalikasan. Pagpasok mo sa loob, higit pa sa isang marangyang tahanan ang makikita mo, kundi isang high-tech research facility kung saan si Musk at ang kanyang team ay nagtutulungan upang itulak ang mga hangganan sa space travel.
So a place to really get the feel of the Philippines, but as well as realize that the nature needs to be preserved because you're going to be surrounded by it. And feel the need to protect it, right? And with doing that, you're going to feel incentivized to make things that will protect it, but at the same time, advance it. And that's probably going to be the whole idea for that.
Sustainable living at advanced technology. Ang pasilidad na ito ay nilagyan ng experimental labs at maging Space Mission Simulation Center. Ngunit, ang pananaw ni Musk ay hindi nagtatapos sa mansyong ito. Siya ay nag-i-invest din sa lokal na komunidad, pinapabuti ang mga infrastruktura, lumilikha ng mga trabaho at nagpopondo ng mga programang pang-edukasyon sa science and technology.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Ang kanyang layunin? Upang magbigay inspirasyon at kagamitan sa susunod na henerasyon ng mga Filipino innovators. Upang protektahan ang privacy at seguridad, ang buong proyekto ay pinananatiling lihim. tahimik lamang ang konstruksyon at minimal lamang ang coverage ng media. Kaunting mga insider lamang ang nakakaalam ng buong kwento. Kaya mapalad tayo dahil kahit papano ay may nalaman tayo tungkol dito. Si Musk ay nakatuon na sa hinaharap. Tinitingnan ang Pilipinas bilang isang mahalagang lokasyon para sa isang network ng mga research centers at maaaring isang starting point para sa mga space missions sa buong Asia-Pacific. Ang mansyon at ang pasilidad nito ay hindi lamang tungkol sa karangyaan. Ito ay isang stepping stone patungo sa pagsulong ng teknolohiya at paggalugad para sa isang bagong panahon.
Wow.
Ngayon, oras na para marinig ang boses mo, katropa. Ikaw, naniniwala ka ba na malaki ang maitutulong ni Elon Musk sa ekonomiya ng Pilipinas? I-comment lang ang iyong opinion sa comment section below.
Yo, love that video. Thank you guys for linking that over. You guys let me know your thoughts as well. I shared some of mine. I love you guys. Till next time, peace. How good you been living? Wait, how good you been living? I've been living too good for you. I've been living too. Did what I did and I do it again. Every move that I make, I ain't feeling repent. Nobody believes to believe it's a friend, and you question your moves like you really won't end.